Hey fam, Impossible Cloud's network node sale starts today. The whitelist sale kicks off today, 3rd December, 10 a.m. UTC, and the public sale is going to take place on the 5th of December, also at 10 a.m. UTC. Now, as always, I ensure that my community don't miss out on such incredible opportunities like this one. Maybe you've heard about Impossible Cloud Network, but wasn't really sure what it's all about, or probably you've been waiting to learn more before diving in. And that's exactly why I'm here, to break it down for you. So one of the coolest aspects of these nodes is that 20% of the total rewards that will be generated by these nodes over the 4-year earning period would already be unlocked within the first months of the TGE event. Now, and there's more to this as well, so just stick around because I'm going to share all the details in this video. And as always, I secured a special 10% discount for my community if you use my discount code DEPINSPO for the purchase. Now let's dive into the video. Now this is going to be a quick freestyle video without all the usual graphics and animation because there's just not enough time. But I want to make sure that I give you the most relevant details whether or not you want to participate. So to begin with, what is Impossible Cloud Network, or also called ICN? So as stated on their website, ICN is a decentralized cloud computing network which is designed to offer performance which is currently at par with the traditional platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, and so on, but with a significant difference that it's decentralized. Now, unlike the traditional centralized giants out there, ICN would eliminate the high cost, data security, and vulnerabilities that are currently existing with the centralized models. Now, this means that instead it delivers high performing cloud products with enhanced data security, integrity, and reliance through their open decentralized models. Now, this innovation couldn't come at a better time because with the rapid advancements that we are currently seeing in artificial intelligence, gaming, and real-time analytics, the global reliance on cloud computing has reached currently an unprecedented level. Now, what this means is that these data-intensive industries are driving the rapid growth of the cloud computing market. And this market is expected to reach a staggering $1.8 trillion by 2029. Now, ICE is quite equipped to be able to meet the current scalable and secure cloud infrastructure. So by going through their docs, I categorize the ICN ecosystem into 3 major pillars, being the hardware providers, what is also called the HPs, the service providers, which is also called the SP, and their ICN protocol. Now, the hardware providers contribute raw computing power to their network, technically providing resources such as virtual machines for service providers. And these service providers utilize these hardware resources to run cloud-based services like storage and compute operations for their clients. Now, additionally, to connect the 2 protocols, being it the hardware providers and the service providers, they do have the ICN protocol. Now, the function of the ICN protocol is to ensure a seamless coordination, automation, and security across their network. Now, also bridging the 3 pillars that they have is their Oracle nodes. Now, what the Oracle nodes basically do is to monitor the function of these hardware providers or the virtual machines that would be deployed onto their network. Now, the Oracle nodes function as verifying that the network delivers on its promise. Now, together with all these components, they create this decentralized infrastructure for cloud computing. So they have a fully doxed team. You would find interviews and pictures, including their LinkedIn profiles of the founders in the public domain and also on their website. So their CEO and co-founder is Kai Wawzirik. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. A pretty smart guy with a PhD in law. He also has a previous experience where he founded a company called Good Game Studios, which had about 1,000 employees and generated about 1 billion plus in revenue, which means that he has the experience to be able to pull ICN to a very huge revenue generating stream. Also, they do have their COO, who is Christian Carl. He also has a PhD in neuroscience. These guys are really nerds behind this cloud computing infrastructure. And he's also a serial entrepreneur who has also been involved with companies like Groupon and Airbnb. So ICN already reached some impressive milestones. They secured a 1 million fundraising from notable investors like Protocol Labs, HV Capital, and so on. Now, what is good and what I really like about this project, which we don't see in most of the projects out there, is that they have already revenue currently being generated. So it's not like they are now starting to look for clients to work with. They already have a pool of Web2 clients that they are working with, and now this is going to be even extended on as they build their infrastructure to put more clients and also bring more people from the Web3 space. So they reported an annual recurring revenue of $3 million just in the Q3 of this year. And this is quite remarkable considering that they got into sales just late of last year. Now, from their deals that they have signed from their current pipeline, the team is quite confident that they would be able to even increase this annual recurring revenue to about $4 million by Q4 2024. And they also have plans to even extend this further to about $32 million by Q4 of 2025 as they continue to expand their services within a pivotal moment currently of their network. So now that you know a little bit of ICN and what it's all about and how they fit into the current infrastructure, let's talk about their upcoming node sale, or specifically their nodes. So like I mentioned, ICN's architecture includes a verification layer that is operated by community nodes. Now what is that is that it further decentralizes their ecosystem, and here users can participate by buying a license, technically like we know with most of the node sales that we have been involved in, an NFT based node to run their network, and they are going to be rewarded in their node tokens, which is the ICNT. Now the cool thing is that from their 700 initial token supply, 20% of these tokens is allocated strictly to users who are going to be operating their nodes, and these nodes are called the Oracle nodes, by the way, and these rewards are going to be spread over a period of 4 years. But here's the kicker, which I have personally not seen so far in any of the node sales that we've covered on this project that I have been involved in. 18.4% of the total rewards that would be generated by the node operators would already be unlocked within the first month of their TGE. Now what this means is that it makes early participating extremely lucrative. Now assuming that you get into the node sale now and start operating your node, it means that you would be able to get 18% of your total allocated token supply already at TGE, and then you can decide whatever you want to do with it. There is a fair probability that you might be able to even probably already get your ROI or be in a substantial percentage with respect to what your ROI is going to be like. And that is one of the key reasons why I think this node sale is going to be good to get involved in, and additionally the core aim and vision of this project. So you will be able to run these nodes on a PC, as always a VPS, and also a node as a service provider like NodeOps. Now as always, as I've been doing for some time now, probably you've realized, I'll create tutorials to guide you through the setup when the node deployment comes. So what I'm a bit confused about is that I read on one of their expos that the node deployment is going to be somewhere mid next year, but I think this is going to be way earlier than what they mentioned. So why is that? Typically if there is a node sale, honestly it's also a sort of fundraising for the project. Now if they're able to be quite successful in the node sale, it means that they would be able to also accelerate their roadmap, and there is a fair probability that the node deployment is going to start even way earlier than they previously communicated. Now the node sale, as always, is going to follow a tier-based system starting from tier 1 to tier 38. Now the good thing here about this node sale is that tier 1 is going to have 25,000 nodes that are going to be available, and this is great news because many lower tiers means that there are going to be more opportunities for users like us to secure them at a lower price. Now remember, the lower tier nodes provide the faster ROI. So for instance, their tier 1 nodes would have a fully diluted valuation of 82 million, and the tier 2 nodes would have a fully diluted valuation of 107 million. Now what this always means is that the lower the tier that you purchase your node, the faster your ROI is going to be. And that's why I always advise that if you want to get into the node sale, it's always good to come in early. The node sale is going to be also a first come first serve, and that's why it's very important to get in on time so that you'll be able to get into the lower tiers. Now please note that already they are selling 25,000 tier 1 nodes. Most likely 20% of these nodes are already reserved for community members, probably for their VCs or even their partners out there. But I think there's still going to be a significant amount of lower tier nodes that are going to be available for sale, and I really hope that those who are going to be involved in are going to try as much as possible to get into the lower tiers. So you're going to need WETH or Wrapped ETH either on Base or Arbitrum to make your purchase of the node. Now the node sale is going to happen on the Impossible Finance website, and you can make the purchase by clicking the link that I'm going to have in the description section. This would already apply my 10% discount code, but if you do not see my 10% discount code applied, you can just put in the discount code DEPINSPO and then secure your 10% discount. Now here are the key details with respect to the node sale dates. The whitelist sale, like I mentioned, begins today, 3rd December at 10 AM UTC. I did send out the whitelist form to my community, and all those who fill the form would be able to participate in the node sale today. Now, if you did not fill the form, don't feel left out. There's also going to be a public sale happening 2 days later, which is going to be on the 5th of December, also at 10 a.m. UTC. And then here as well, you would be able to use my discount code to be able to reduce the price of the node further down. And like I mentioned, you're going to need wrapped ETH either on Base or Arbitrum to be able to make the purchase. What I read is that there's going to be KYC required before you buy the node, but according to some statements that I read on their page, if you are buying on Arbitrum or if you are using Arbitrum as the blockchain for payment of the node and you are purchasing up to 3.18, KYC might not be required for the purchase, but most likely in terms of claiming of rewards, I'm pretty sure that KYC is going to be required. So when you do the conversion, the price of the tier 1 nodes is going to start with, I think, approximately $460. So it's going to start with 0.13 ETH at the current ETH prices, and this is going to increase with the higher tiers. So folks, that's it about ICN and their upcoming nodes. I think this could be a good opportunity for users who want to get into this node infrastructure and also be a part of their ecosystem. If you do have any questions, drop them in the comments section, or you can also join our Discord server, and we are always happy to help. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one. Bye.